Now, we've all spent a lot of time inside of Microsoft Excel building Excel data, worksheets, the spreadsheets, the lists or tables, pivot tables, and so on. You've spent a lot of time getting in there and making something look perfect. Now it's ready to be sent out to the masses, all your coworkers or clients or whoever you're sending it to. Now the concern is when somebody else opens up this document, I don't want them changing anything, or perhaps I don't want them changing specific content. We're going to talk about how you can add protection to an Excel worksheet. This is a couple of steps that we need to go through, but it's a couple of simple steps, but they're kind of hidden, kind of buried, and you do have to go through a few steps, so I want to demonstrate it here. Take a look. I've got the exercise file that once again comes with this course. It's open in front of you, and I'm currently on the worksheet called Worksheet Protection. It's another duplicate of the sales figures for December 2015. Now, you can imagine that this document here, I don't want people changing quite a bit about this document. I definitely don't want them changing the formulas, like clicking on them and typing on them, or any of this stuff over here. I don't want them changing the structure of this spreadsheet, like changing the week numbers or the salespeople names. Nothing. I don't want them changing any of that. The only thing that I want people to change is perhaps this weekly data. And that's it. Maybe this is a template that I've created, and this is something we're going to reuse every month. So the only thing that people should be changing is the weekly data. That's it. Don't change the formulas, don't change the structure, nothing else. Okay? So here's a couple of steps that you can take to ensure that people will not change what you don't want them to change. Okay? And like I said, really simple to do, but it's a couple of steps. My first time doing this, I almost felt like it was kind of backwards. So I'm going to walk you through this. By default, every single cell in an Excel worksheet, from A1 all the way down to wherever this thing ends, every single cell out here has a property called locked, and it's turned on. The locked property is turned on. Now that might sound odd, because you might be thinking, well, no, it's not, you ding-a-ling. It's not turned on, because I can type inside of any cell. That can't be default. I can jump over here and I can say, hello. I can do whatever I like. They're not locked. Yes, you're right. They're not protected. They are locked, but it's not actually locked down or protected until you actually tell it to be protected. But every cell right now is locked. The property is turned on. The way that I imagine this, kind of visually in my mind, if you walk up to a chain link fence that's got a gate on it, okay, that gate might have a padlock on it. But right now, as far as Excel is concerned, the padlock is there. It's sitting on every single cell. It's sitting on that gate, but it isn't snapped shut. The lock is not snapped shut. If I were to go up to my Review tab, top of my screen, and protect the sheet right now, every single cell would get protected, and whoever opens this up would not be able to do anything inside of this worksheet, because every single cell would then be protected. That padlock would be snapped shut everywhere. All right, but remember this. Here's the scenario. Let me get rid of hello here. The only place I want people to change content is this area right here, just the weekly data. So before I go to review and I protect the sheet, I need to remove the lock from these cells, and then I'll go protect it. So here's the first step. I'm going to select the cells that I want people to be able to change. So I've got B5 down to E9 selected. I'm then going to go to my Home tab. Inside of the font section, I'm going to go to this little icon in the corner. It's a little right angle with an arrow. Give that a click. This opens up my Format Cells window. Now what do you think? Where are we going to go? Number, alignment, font, border, fill. Oh, look at that. Protection. I'll go to my protection tab, and I'm going to turn off the locked property. And I'll hit OK. So now that group of cells from B5 to E9 is no longer locked. We've removed the padlock off of these cells. That's step one. You need to decide which cells should remain locked and which cells should not be locked. Now that we've done that, I'm then going to go back to my review tab and I'm going to protect the sheet. So this opens up my protect sheet window. I can put in an optional password. I would recommend that you use the password. By doing this, somebody would not be able to go right back to hit protect sheet and unprotect it. They'd have to have the password in order to do so. So I would recommend it. So for me, I'm going to put password in here. Down below, you got a bunch of check marks. If it's checked, users can do it once it's protected. If it's not checked, they will not be able to perform those operations. For example, once I protect this, people will not be able to insert columns, format cells, delete columns or rows. Those are the things they will not be able to do. I'm going to hit OK. It'll ask me to confirm my password. Make sure you do not lose this password. They caution you, do not lose it. You will not be able to retrieve it. Don't lose it. I'll hit OK. And I've now protected the sheet. You can see up above it says unprotect now. But if I try changing something, like I'll click in one of these formulas and type, oh, I can't do it. A cell or chart you're trying to change is protected. Try down here. Nope. I'll come up here, which changes from 6,900 to 7,000. Hit my enter key, and that I can change. 2 steps. Decide what needs to be protected. Locked or unlocked. Select the cells you don't want protected, remove the lock, and then go to review and protect the worksheet. Like I said, really simple to do, but a few steps to go through. Remember, just think about that padlock. Where are you going to remove it? Where are you going to leave it? And then go to protect it. Now, for you, as the developer of this worksheet, let's change this back to 6,900. You want to be able to get back in there and modify stuff, so perhaps you want to unprotect it. And this is really simple. Review, unprotect sheet. You'll drop in your password. Hopefully you remember it. Hit OK. And you've now unprotected it. You can now do whatever you like with this workbook, this worksheet. So try this out. Few little steps. Determine what should be protected and not. Remove that lock if necessary. And then go to your review tab and protect the worksheet.